When Noah moved into his first apartment alone, he expected loneliness. What he didn't expect was the television. The apartment itself was cheap, for a reason. Tiny kitchen, thin walls, old furniture left behind by previous tenants. But Noah didn't complain. He was broke, exhausted, and desperate to move out of his parents' house. The landlord gave him the keys late at night. Before leaving, the old man paused near the apartment door. "One thing," he said quietly, "don't leave the TV on after midnight." Noah laughed awkwardly. "Why?" he asked. The landlord stared at the television sitting in the corner of the living room. It was ancient. One of those heavy CRT televisions with scratches across the screen. Then the landlord shrugged. "Bad signal," he said. And left. That first night, Noah ignored the warning completely. At around 1:15 a.m., unable to sleep, he turned the TV on. Most channels showed static. A few displayed old black and white movies with distorted sound. Then he found Channel 6. No sound. Just a man sitting in a chair. Smiling. The room behind him was dark. No movement. No blinking. Just smiling directly into the camera. Noah frowned. At first, he assumed it was some weird art program. But after nearly 30 seconds, the man still hadn't moved. Not once. Noah felt uncomfortable, for reasons he couldn't explain. So he changed the channel. The next morning, he forgot about it. Until the second night. At exactly 12:06 a.m., the television turned on by itself. Static filled the apartment. Noah sat upright on the couch. The TV slowly switched channels alone. Then stopped. Channel 6. The smiling man was back. But something had changed. He was closer to the camera now. Noah muted the television immediately. The man kept smiling. Then slowly, very slowly, he lifted one hand and waved. Noah's stomach tightened. He turned the TV off completely. The screen went black. But for one brief second, before the image disappeared, Noah could have sworn the man's smile widened. The next morning, Noah asked the landlord about Channel 6. The old man became strangely quiet. "Don't watch it," he whispered. "That's not funny," Noah replied nervously. The landlord stared at him for several seconds, before speaking again. "The last tenant watched it every night." A pause. Then one morning he vanished. Noah laughed uneasily. "You seriously expect me to believe that?" The landlord didn't answer. That night, Noah unplugged the television, before going to bed. At 12:06 a.m., the TV turned on anyway. Noah woke instantly, to the sound of static. His blood ran cold. The television was glowing, at the end of the room. Still unplugged. Channel 6. The smiling man now appeared standing, instead of sitting. Closer again. The dark room behind him looked strangely familiar. Noah realized why, seconds later. It was his apartment. The same furniture. The same kitchen, visible behind the hallway. The smiling man was standing inside Noah's living room. Noah slowly turned toward the dark hallway, leading to the kitchen. Nothing there. When he looked back at the television, the man was even closer. Noah grabbed the remote, with shaking hands, and switched the TV off. Instant darkness filled the apartment. Then came a sound, from the hallway. A soft footstep. Noah froze. Another step. Slow. Heavy. Coming closer. Noah grabbed his phone flashlight, and aimed it toward the hallway. Empty. The footsteps stopped, immediately. He barely slept that night. The following evening, Noah invited his friend Marcus over. He wanted someone else, to see the television. Around midnight, they sat together, watching the unplugged TV nervously. At exactly 12:06 a.m., the screen turned on. Marcus immediately stood up. What the hell? Static flickered briefly, before Channel 6 appeared. The smiling man stood motionless, on screen. Marcus laughed nervously. Okay, that's creepy. Then his expression changed. Wait. The guy moved. Noah stared at him. What? Marcus pointed slowly toward the television. He wasn't standing before. Noah looked back at the screen. The smiling man now stood directly in front of the camera. His face filled most of the screen. His eyes looked wrong, too dark, too empty. Then suddenly, the image glitched violently. For one frame, the smiling man was gone. The apartment on screen was empty. Marcus frowned. Then they heard it, a soft knocking sound, 3 knocks, from inside the kitchen. Noah slowly looked toward the darkness. Marcus whispered. You live alone, right? The knocking came again, closer this time. Noah grabbed a knife from the table, while Marcus aimed his phone flashlight toward the kitchen doorway. Nothing visible. But then the TV crackled behind them. A distorted voice finally emerged from the speakers, deep, broken, wet. Look behind you. Marcus turned first, and screamed. Noah spun around. The smiling man stood at the far end of the hallway, tall, unnaturally thin, wearing the same clothes from the television. His smile stretched impossibly wide across his face. Neither of them moved. The creature tilted its head slowly. Then the TV behind them showed something horrifying. It displayed Noah and Marcus standing in the apartment, being watched by the smiling man from behind. The TV was showing the future. Because seconds later, the creature took one slow step forward, exactly like the television predicted. Marcus ran immediately. He sprinted for the apartment door, and disappeared into the hallway outside. Noah tried to follow. But the apartment door slammed shut violently by itself. The lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Only the television remained glowing, Channel 6. The smiling man was no longer on screen. Instead, the TV displayed Noah standing alone inside the apartment. Exactly where he was now. Then, another figure slowly appeared behind TV Noah. Smiling. Watching him. Noah backed away, in terror. The television version of himself did the same. The smiling figure behind TV Noah moved closer, and closer. Then Noah heard breathing, directly behind him, in the real apartment, hot, wet, slow. He didn't turn around, couldn't turn around. The TV version of Noah slowly lifted his eyes toward whatever stood behind him, and began screaming. The screen instantly exploded into static. The next morning, police found Noah's apartment empty. No signs of forced entry, no blood, no struggle. Only the old television remained on, still connected to Channel 6. When officers reviewed the screen carefully, one of them noticed something disturbing. Sitting beside the smiling man was Noah. Smiling too, staring directly out of the screen, waiting silently for the next person to watch.